Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, we're going to be going over how to obtain Ultimate Valby in the first Descendant. And more specifically, we'll be going over the easiest and most efficient ways to obtain Ultimate Valby and pick each amorphous pattern that I would run, and I'm going to be running, so you guys don't have to waste your time at all. So be sure to stay tuned. And before we get into the video, guys, remember to leave a like if I helped you in any way. Comment any feedback you have for me down below in the comment section. Subscribe only if you feel that I've earned it. If not, next time I will, so keep up to date with the channel. And remember, guys, I am live on Twitch every single day, so come stop by, say hello. I absolutely love hanging out with all you guys and gaming. Don't forget about the community Discord we launched as well. All these links are in the description, Twitch and Discord. Without further ado, let's hop right in, and don't forget to utilize timestamps and video chapters. We are going to kick things off in the guide, but first I wanted to just mention how much easier Ultimate Valby is to obtain than most Ultimates, guys. She is quite literally in comparison, pretty easy. She has a minimum drop rate of 20% for all of her pieces, with 2 of them at 32%, and then 20%ers for the rest. Now, do not fret. You know, your grind shouldn't be too long, statistically speaking, of course. That's statistically speaking. Anyway, first things first, we're going to start off with the Ultimate Valby code. Now, there is a few ways to get it. The highest drop chance comes from the amorphous pattern 125, so you would think I would recommend that, but I actually don't with this one. My recommendation is going to be pattern 87. There is a few reasons for this reason. Reason number 1 is that the dungeon is quicker to complete to actually get the pattern, and reason 2 is the boss you have to kill, right? So with amorphous pattern 87 being hard mode Pyromaniac, you can kill Pyro much easier than you can solo him, obviously, compared to the new boss, Gluttony, or Molten Fortress, obviously, which you need a team for, and it's usually pretty difficult to get that team going if you're not too far into the game yet. So I would highly recommend doing 87. Basically, most efficient way to go is just running your bunny, whoever your best favorite dungeon runner is, to complete the chapel in Echo Swamp, followed by running a few Pyromaniacs until you get that 10% code. And guys, if you have homies or people to play with, you know you can wreck Molten Fortress for the new boss, then yeah, obviously you're going to want to go that route, as the drop chance is 20% instead of 10%. So most definitely worth it if you can accomplish it. But don't get too frustrated with it, as 10% is actually not that bad. It's still pretty good for a code. And then next up, we are going to go over the best and most efficient way to get the Ultimate Valby enhanced cells. For this one, we're going to be going with amorphous pattern 115. Shouts out to any Call of Duty Zombies lore enthusiasts out there with that number. Am I right, guys? Anyway, the reason we are going for this one, simply put, it's because it's a 32% drop chance from the pattern. All you have to do is complete the Haven dungeon, which is not a hard dungeon at all by any means, followed by killing either Frostwalker or the new boss, Gluttony. Guys, if you didn't know, you could literally just bring 1 or 2 Lepics into a Frostwalker, and even if you don't beat him before the first frenzy, you can still easily beat him before his freeze mechanic, as he is weak to fire. So, moral of the story, run your favorite dungeoneer into the Haven dungeon, get the pattern, try to get a high score, maybe, you know, utilize the higher drop chance. Now, I would recommend, this one's kind of a hard dungeon to get the guaranteed second pattern from, so I would recommend maybe just, you know, beating your luck at that 50% roll of the second pattern instead of trying to get that crazy high score of the dungeon. That's just my opinion. And then just bring a kitted Lepic or Blair to grab your Frostwalker kill. Try to get some homies together. If you can't, then you can always go for the other pattern, but you can get the enhanced cells super easily with that 32% drop chance, and it's worth going into Frostwalker in my opinion. Definitely not Gluttony, though, as not a lot of people are able to kill him right now. So we're going to follow that up with the Ultimate Valby Spiral Catalyst. My recommendation here is going to be amorphous pattern 073. This guy is going to give you a 20% chance at getting the spiral. And as far as farming it, this one is going to be our first outpost farm we're going to talk about for Valby. So obviously get your kitted Sharon ready, head to the Lost Supply Depot in Vespers. You're going to want some tankiness mixed with some duration on your Sharon for obviously the active camouflage for farming the outpost to get the amorphous pattern. You've got to make sure to infiltrate it, which means just making sure you're invisible and undetected for every pylon destruction. If you don't know, guys, I'm just going to quickly reference my outpost video. Definitely check out my outpost video on my channel. It kind of goes over it if you didn't know how to infiltrate outposts. But as far as farming the shards needed, I'm going to say grab your Lepic or Blair and head to my favorite organic farm in the dune base of Hagios. Do this for a solid 20 minutes and you should have enough organics to run the void boss endlessly. for this pattern, and partner that up with the Fire Void Fragment from the very same zone you're getting the pattern in, and you'll have enough shards to run the boss quite a few times, obviously. I would definitely just recommend to don't be afraid to like pre-farm these shards to make it a bit more efficient. And then obviously the boss will be killing is located in the Lost Supply Depot as well. Just bring a good boss killing weapon or Descendant, you should be fine. Not a hard boss by any means at all. A very, very easy boss. And finally, we'll be going over the Ultimate Valby Stabilizer Blueprint. So the choice for this one is going to be the Amorphous Pattern 055. For me, this is mainly because I need Jaber and Kyle. So this will be kind of a jack of all trades as far as the pattern. Obviously, you could pick the one, the other one if you need anything from it, but it is also an extremely easy one to get this one. So as far as the outpost farming, same Sharon as before, the deal. Void Fragment farming, this one's going to be similar with the organic farm from the Dune base in Hagios, but for the inorganics, there isn't an extremely efficient way. There's a decent one, but not as good as that Lepic one from Hagios. The best way to go is going to be go with Freyna at the abandoned zone located in Echo Swamp. It's the toxic node there. This is my favorite place to get the inorganics because the spawns, they just come right out of doors. They're quite quick. They're always in the same spot. You can just throw down your pools with Freyna and just get to work. It's pretty easy, especially with the recent buff to Freyna. I'm sure this will be quite nice for farming these inorganic void shards just because of the extra range you can throw on her. And then, of course, you have the Void Boss located in the Grand Square zone, so not the same zone that the Outpost is, but just a zone to the east of Kingston. This guy is super easy, literally no complaints at all. Just run in, weapon of choice, Descendants, whatever you want to do, get the kill, and then another 32% chance. So hopefully you get that guy to drop pretty quick. But congratulations, that's it. You farmed Ultimate Valby. Enjoy her, but try not to enjoy her too much, if you know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, that's pretty much been the video. I massively appreciate anyone who stayed this far, as it means a lot for the good old YouTube algorithm. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the new update in the first Descendant, and I am out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. Goodbye.